What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs. Our buddy, Randy King, RK Motorsports Consulting, also with SRI as their, Randy's, the brake guy always, but he's kind of become the product specialist.
He's like the face of SRI now. He's everywhere.
He's the at-track face, pretty much. That's him.
That's him.
Also, Earl Ramey Racing Engines. What is up, you guys? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
What it is. We is in the middle of a hurricane. No, it ain't quite a hurricane. It's some tropical storm.
It just formed.
Was it Danny?
Something like that.
I've never been in the case that the tropical storm formed and hit where I was at the same day.
Yeah, that's a new one for me. I mean, it's just kind of just boom. It was a low pressure deal, and kind of just, and all of a sudden, boom.
It's crazy.
I think it's 40-mile-an-hour winds now or something.
I know there's a black cloud out there that looks mean.
It does look mean. It definitely looks pretty mean.
So, anyway, how was your week last week?
It was good, man. It was busy as always, but that's pretty much the way everything goes now. It's just all jumbled up together, and it seems like the weeks are days, honestly.
It wasn't just one. I mean, I remember grandparents saying it, but just a bunch of older people always would just tell you, weeks turn to days, or years turn to weeks.
Yeah, it's for sure now.
The older you get, and they would say, what was it? The older you get, the longer the days will be, and the shorter the years will be.
Yep.
Which made no sense to me until now.
No, when I was in school, man, them daggone weeks took forever, bro.
Days took forever, weeks took forever, everything took forever. But there wasn't enough time in the afternoons. We wanted to hang out and party and all that fun stuff. And now there just ain't enough time to do anything still, but I don't want to do near as much. That's my problem now I got more to do than I want to do. Used to, it was I didn't have enough time to do all that I wanted to do.
Right.
And now it's like, chill out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have much time for that. But I guess that keeps us young some kind of way, so. I reckon. But yeah, we had a wide open weekend. We had us a wedding to do. Some friends of ours, kind of distant family if you look at it. Daniel Wyndham and his wife Casey. We've known Daniel forever, like a brother to us. So Casey's sister got married this weekend in Bennettsville. So congratulations to her Rebecca and Kale. Yeah, congratulations to them. That was a good time. Long way out there, man.
It was kind of. That's the first time I've been to their parents' house, and I've always heard about the parents. Out in Bennettsville, That's what Daniel's always said. Out in Bennettsville in the country, out in the middle of nowhere, kind of. Well, it's really not out in the middle of nowhere, I won't say, because it's real close to the highway. It's close to the highway, but it's off the highway. And it's really, really pretty.
Oh, it's a beautiful place, no doubt. And their house is actually in Blenheim, South Carolina. I don't know if anybody ever heard of the
Blenheim Ginger Ale.
Yeah, Blenheim Ginger Ale. So that's the hometown of that. But yeah, they got a real nice place, and
or Tommy Parker's Newsed
cars. Yeah, you ain't got too many now, but so yeah, that was good. We went down there Friday for the rehearsal deal and got to drive the motorcycles, and we didn't get too wet. We got a little drizzle on us for a minute there.
We got a misting on us.
Thankfully, we made it back to the house just in time because it started raining about the time we got home.
Yes, we did. Sure enough, did. Really about it. I mean, I guess we went and grabbed something to eat. Not impressed.
Nah. Outback in Florence ain't too good anymore. I think we've tried it about our last time.
Yeah, it was. How you make everything spicy?
I don't understand
it. The salad's spicy. The steak was spicy.
Yeah, the bread was spicy.
Bread that's about the best thing.
The bread
was pretty good. Bread pretty good.
Bread, you can't mess up that bread, I don't think. But
well, I have gotten it before to be hard as a brick, but it wasn't this time. That was about the best thing. That was the best thing there this time. So, wouldn't impress. Then, all right, I got a saga, I guess we'll say, about my motorcycle this past weekend. It was not cooperating, to say the least?
No, it was the time of the month for it or something. It wasn't having a good day.
No, not at all. Ran fine. We ran over to, ever since I've had it, this is not a brand new motorcycle by no means. 2007 model. Good little motorcycle, but not a brand new motorcycle by no means. And, you know, they always say if you got to have it's only a Harley Davidson if it's leaking oil, right? That's what the saying used to be.
Well, you got a Harley.
And I had a Harley. Because the primary cover on the side of the derby cover, what they call it, was leaking. It started leaking shortly after I got it. It may have been leaking when I got it, just didn't know it. But it wasn't horrible, but it was enough to aggravate me, and I wanted to fix it. And we taught our buddy Dave start and stuff. Well, all right. Getting along with the story a little bit, we had planned to, David and them had asked us to ride with them to Columbia from Florence on Sunday after we got out of church. So, being that was going to happen, Saturday, I was like, well, I got a gasket for it. I'm going to swap out the gasket because I thought the gasket was just leaking. Got it apart, got everything, nothing to it. Change it. Easy stuff. Parked the motorcycle. I didn't ride it that day because as soon as we got done with it, we left and went to that wedding. And so, got back. I came over here to Sterling's because I just left it in his shop. Came over here to Sterling's Sunday morning before we went to church. We was going to ride him to church, then go ride with David and him. There is a puddle way bigger than what it had been leaking under my motorcycle. Well, I was...
yeah, that was
So I'm like, is the bolt's not tight? I don't know. Can't figure it out. I'm tightening stuff and it's still leaking. Rode at church. I thought I tightened up enough. Rode at church. Still leaking. I mean, just didn't matter what it did to it. It was leaking. So, fortunately, the reason we were going to Columbia was to go to the Harley Davidson dealership up there because somebody ordered a part from them. And we were going to pick it up. Other buddy there, Jeremy, he was going to pick up a part from up there. So I said, well, while I'm up there, I'm just going to get a whole new derby cover because it's got to be warped or something. I don't know. So anyway, fortunately, my hunch was correct. We got back and changed it yesterday, and I think my leak has finally stopped.
Oh, yeah, you're good to go now. Good to go. It looks like I've been working on a race car in my shop right now, but it's all right.
Yeah, I got to figure out something to pull up oil out of the concrete.
It'd be all right in the shop. It adds character.
Well, that wasn't the plan. The plan was for it to stop a whole lot earlier than that. But anyway, I had a good. We went to the wedding. That was fun. Come back Saturday. Sunday, like I said, went to church. Good service. Went to early service. Good.
It was packed up in there, man.
Yeah, it was. Surprising for
good
for a summer month.
Yeah, I'm glad to see them all show up, man. That was really good. But yeah, we had a very good message there. So yeah, we needed that, as we always do. But yeah, then we headed out to met our buddies and got ready for our back road ride to Columbia.
That was fun. It was a lot of fun. That was a good ways up there. We rode a good little ways. I didn't
like 160, 170 miles, something like that.
I turned on my what was it called? There's that app I got. You can record your ride. I turned it on, but it was later in the ride. I had forgot about it. I turned it on later. But where did we ride?
We rode, went through Darlington, went through the backside, like around Hartsville and around Bishopville and through Camden, up through Elgin and to the Harley shop. And then, I mean, we were literally 10 minutes from Hooters, so we had to go to Hooters.
Well, there was a race on, too. We had to go watch the race.
Kind of have to do that. So
it's mandatory.
That happened. And then they wanted to ride back on the interstate, ride back 20, which, I mean, it's all right, but it's just constant. I kind of like to
Well, it didn't even bother me so much myself. It didn't bother me so much the constant or whatever, I mean, that's just part of it. What bothered me, and I did not realize it till we got back, was, you're in the wind and everything. You're not thinking about it. It keeps you somewhat cooler while you're riding. But when we got back, it felt like it was 1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah, I got 4th-degree burns on my forehead, I think.
Burnt it off.
Pretty sure I do. But yeah, it was good, man. We had a good time. I enjoyed that. It was good to get together with them and ride. So we're gonna have to do that some more.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep, we are definitely. So I got back and threw on some shorts, and I literally just jumped in Debbie and Glenn's pool over there with my clothes on and everything. I didn't even care.
It cool you off, boo.
It did. It felt a whole lot better afterwards. I felt refreshed.
Yeah.
Oh, how's your Monday been?
Oh, it's been a Monday. But yeah, catching up on some stuff here, shop, and getting a bunch of quotes out. So yeah, we keeping rolling, man. We got plenty of work. So thank the good Lord for that. And see if we can ride out this storm tonight.
I think we'll make it.
I think we'll be all right.
Do we have milk and bread?
I hope so, because by now it's probably gone.
We're gonna need some bread, milk sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh, I sat at the shop today, and being that I work for the good old state of South Carolina, I took about half the day taking tests on a computer online for fire extinguisher safety.
It's pretty easy. You just pull the plug and that's pretty.
It's called PASS. Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. I guess I took something in.
You got it, man. You passed. You're doing good.
That's all you gotta do. Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep.
Aim at the bottom of the flame.
Aim at the base.
That's it.
You know how many different types of fire extinguishers there are?
A bunch of them.
I know it goes A through. They're all lettered A through A, B, C, D. I know it goes through K.
Mm-hmm.
How the devil, when something on fire? Let me go sort through my fire extinguisher, see which one I got.
Well, in a normal fire, I think that
A, B, C.
Yeah, those all pretty much work.
Yeah, they got one what we have at the shop are ABC fire extinguishers, which are all 3 in one.
Mm-hmm.
A K is typically it's a different color too. It's like a mint green. I just learned this today, and it is supposed to be in a kitchen. It is for oil and grease fires in kitchens. Learn something new every day.
I do not have a K extinguisher in the
Most people don't.
Yeah, I don't. That's for sure.
Most people don't. I wouldn't expect them to. So maybe we need to get mint green fire extinguishers.
Yeah, we gotta get on that.
Then after that, I pulled off some. I found a flat tire on the bus that I had.
We got a flat tire on a trailer.
Did you? We did. Oh, our trailer. Yes, we did have a flat tire on a trailer.
Literally, we went in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, 50 miles probably. And the tire blows out a quarter mile from the house.
That's a long quarter mile at 6 mile an hour, though.
I'm telling you, but hey, again, Lord looking out for us, man, because we had no spare tire. We ain't had nothing. Nothing.
We were not prepared.
We did not. We didn't think that out too good, but yeah, we made it home. Saved the rim, so we ought to be all right.
Tire is destroyed, but tire was destroyed. Like, I mean, as soon as it happened, that thing just boo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to it.
I don't either.
It was too hot outside. It got too hot.
It's probably these wonderful roads we got in Florence.
These craters in them. Yeah, probably was. Well, cool. Well, there was a whole bunch of racing this past weekend, mostly in the Pennsylvania area. There were some close around here too. Unfortunately, we had a wedding, so we couldn't go to none. A little bit of racing went on. Our buddy that was on here a couple weeks ago. I posted this on our on Facebook, I think, today. Blake Roark, he won him another one over at Sumter.
Man, he's got it going on now. He's got that sticker on there.
Well, he's that, yes, for sure. That's what I told him today. I'm like 6.5 right there. That's for sure. But he has got the name the Rain Man because he's won 3 races, or no, all 4 races that he has won over there. It has rained at some point during the day over there.
If it don't rain, you'll see him out there running around with the water truck. What's he doing? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. He's winning.
Exactly.
So congratulations to Blake there. That was pretty cool. But anyway, we got an interview coming up here. A little bit different interview than what we normally do. So y'all check this out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, got a interview here. Well, I call it an interview. I don't even think they're interviews with us, really. Are they interviews?
Not really.
It's just conversations.
We're not professional, so.
Yeah, we're not professional at all. Anyway, Melissa Scarpati is on the line with us. What's up, Miss Melissa?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Another day in paradise, you know. Yeah, tropical storm paradise. That's what it is out here.
It's a little hot here.
Yeah, I think it's a whole East Coast thing right now. Well, I say East Coast, but we were at Eldora, a couple weeks ago, and it was. I don't remember being that hot at a racetrack.
No, I think it was like 127 that day.
I think we've talked about this 3 weeks in a row. That's just how hot it was.
Yes, it's definitely. It's not normally that hot up there, is it?
No, it gets hot up here. It's definitely the summer's pretty bad, but I feel like it's started earlier this year, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think we had a winter, so
we get a winter, that's for sure too.
We just I think about the lowest it got around here over the quote unquote winter was about 60 this year.
God. Yeah, we get down to like 18, lower than that probably. Cold.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'll stick my tropical storms down here. I'm all right.
There you go.
Well, cool, Melissa. Well, we got you on here today, first of all, because of our buddy Randy Keene. He was like, you need to talk to her. So I was like, all right, let's do it. But he's definitely
a fun guy to hang out with, that's for sure.
He is. He's all over the place, and I love it. It is great.
I know. I keep seeing him everywhere.
Well, this past weekend, y'all got hooked up there in Learningville, and yep. I just want to know how much he paid y'all to hang out with him all weekend.
I guess he paid us with some drinks and a little bit of I got to take some pictures with the guys and meet some guys from the SRI teams, and so that was a lot of fun. I got to show him everybody I know, and took him up to the camper, fed him a little bit.
You had him hooked then. You had him hooked.
Had him hooked on that pulled pork that I made. He asked me for the recipe after.
Well, I was about to say, because he actually messaged me something, but he's like, ask her about feeding everybody. Well, let's see what he said right here. Randy said you make a mean pulled pork.
Yeah, that's true.
But he told me you cook for a lot of drivers up there.
Yeah, I do. It's everywhere I go, especially if I'm camping, I definitely cook. Whether it's, I think when I went to Port Royal a couple weeks ago, I made baked ziti and pasta salad and all types of stuff, and just for at the end of the night, everybody's hungry still, and we're all drinking, so might as well feed everybody.
Well, that's about the time I'm hungry anyway, so. Oh, good deal. Well, we want to go back, because not only we talk about you hanging out around the racetrack, you've done some racing yourself.
I have.
Tell us how you got started in racing.
Well, my grandfather used to race, and I was back before I was born, but then my dad, he still races. So I, just grew up watching my dad. One year he put me in the car for a powder puff race, and I just fell in love with it.
What kind of car was that?
It's a crate Sportsman. The Northeast Dirt Modifieds up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I know. There's different crates and stuff going around. So.
Well, there's so many.
Classify the Northeast dirt mods.
Well, you have to, because now you say modified, and it's like, all right, we're talking about a, obviously the big block modifieds, a crate modified, Northeast modified. I mean, that's kind of all in the same thing. But then we got what is IMCA modified, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So many of them now. So how'd that go?
So I raced Powder Puff. I loved it. I fell in love with that. And the next year, my dad bought me a car for rookies. And that was cool. My mom was not happy about that. That's for sure. She almost kicked us out of the house. That's for sure. I was actually sick in bed one day, and because she doesn't go out in the garage normally. Our garage is out back of our house. And she went out there for some reason. My cousin was helping my dad at the time, and there's 2 cars in there, and she walked in and she said, "Whose car is that?" And my dad's like trying to cover, like, "Oh, it's just my second car, you know." She came upstairs. I'm sick in bed with a fever, and she's like, "I'm throwing you guys out of the house. I'm throwing all the clothes out. You ain't racing." Cause I'm one of 4 all girls, so yeah, that was tough for my mom. And so I raced rookies that year, and she came to every rookie race. They're the first feature of the night. I'm sure you guys know that. And then she would leave right after my race. She wouldn't watch my dad. She's scared, she don't like it.
Right.
So she would leave, but she didn't know after rookies, like, we could run in the back of the consies. So all season I was running in the back with all the other guys. She thought I was running out there with like 10 guys, but meanwhile I wasn't. And so then one time she brought my grandparents, and she stayed, and then I had to go out there, but it was towards the end of the season, so I guess she got a little bit more okay with it. And I came out, I was like, "Oh, I just want to let you know I'm running the back with the consi to try to get into the feature," because obviously we weren't in heat races. We had our race, and then we had to go through the consi to get in. So I did that, and she was okay. And then she started telling people I was a race car driver, and she kind of got over that. And then I raced for a couple years, and that was at New Egypt. And then I went to Bridgeport Speedway, which was a 5/8 track, so a big track, and felt more comfortable there, so I stayed there. And went here and there from New Egypt to Bridgeport. And then I quit about 3-4 years ago, I guess. Probably 3. I guess it was 3 years ago. I stopped racing because I opened up my own business. I'm a hairdresser, so I opened up my own salon. And I just wanted to focus on that and try to get that working in the right direction. Yeah. And so I just ended up starting a crew and do all that kind of stuff too.
Oh, there you go. That is two career path, or I guess you will say career paths, or hobbies, or one's a hobby, one's a career, that don't seem to intersect very much to me. Someone who is that does hair is also a race car driver. That's got to be a little bit different.
For sure. Yeah, actually, when I didn't know what I wanted to do, obviously, when I was in high school, and I actually signed up because we have programs up here where you go to like a tech school, and I actually, like, my top 3 choices, because you have to pick 3, were hairdressing, cooking, and diesel mechanic. So, and I got accepted into hair, and I figured that was a good way, and I just stayed with it. And I always had the career in hair, but opening up your own place, you lose a lot of the benefits of working for somebody else, especially if you get hurt. You don't get disability you have to pay for that out of pocket. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I stopped racing. But I'm here and there. I just sold my car in September to another female racer up at Grandview Speedway in Pennsylvania. So that was kind of cool that I got to sell it to another girl. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool. Cool. Well, even though you've done that, you've stayed around the tracks, and oh yeah, and we've seen is you've got into a lot of late models. What we understand up in the Northeast, that's not really late model country. How'd you get so hooked on late models?
I actually just got hooked on them this year, I would say. I went down to Florida with my friend Christy this year, and we went to Bubba and we went to Volusia. And after Bubba, I mean, I just loved it. Like, I thought I love big blocks, and they're definitely have my heart, that's for sure. But I'm not a sprint car girl. I mean, I'll watch them, but they're not my favorite to watch. And everybody else is probably the opposite of me, I would say, up here, definitely. And I just love the late models, and I've been traveling to all the different shows, and it's definitely been cool.
All right. Well, out of all the all right. How many tracks you been to this year watching late models?
Oh, how many tracks this year?
Pop.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've been, and then one twice. I mean, I went to Bubba, Volusia, Bristol, Hagerstown, and Port Royal, and Learningville.
All right. Out of all those so far, what's your favorite?
Oh, Bristol.
Bristol. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I just thought it was different. That's why I went. I figured if they don't have this next year, I got to go. So.
Yeah.
That was our same thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was. Definitely was. All right. So I hear something else. I hear when you went to Bristol that you got to hang out with some pretty cool people on that journey there. Tell us a little bit about that, because Randy done spilled the beans on that one. So.
Yeah, actually, I got to hang out with Scott Bloomquist, which I actually met him down in Florida, and we stayed in touch. And he told me if I was coming to Bristol that I should come, see his shop. And so we went down there with a couple friends, and it was a lot of fun. We got to see everything, between the airplane hangars and just all the land, and just, oh my God, so many trophies. And I was actually iRacing on his account.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty cool. I was like Snapchatting that. I was like, hey, look, I'm under Scott Bloomquist right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a cool guy. He's got a lot of talent and a lot of stories behind it.
Yes, he does. Woo, some fun ones. We
oh yeah.
We've had the privilege of having him on here a few months back, and before we ever actually started the interview, he was just telling us story after story after story. It was awesome. I'd love to. I personally, I'd love to, do like that. Spend a couple days with him, just hearing all of it, because it's cool stuff.
Well, I'm sure he didn't tell you about our pizza party we had, but
no, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, down in Volusia, we were all out, out to the bars after, and at the end of the night, most of the time you just go get a pizza and stuff. So yeah, we had a little pizza party back at our place. Me and my friend Christy, and we just, a bunch of people were there, and he was one of them, and it was a good time.
That's awesome. That's fun. That's fun when you can go to tracks and stuff like that and have cool stories to bring back with you.
Yeah. We actually, me and Christy were actually helping Scott on tires the other day at Learningville. That was pretty cool.
Dang. I can't believe Scott let somebody touch a tire.
Oh, yeah. We were helping him pull off all the tread and stuff when he was cutting them.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's fun stuff. So, yeah. So what'd you think about since we're going to Learningville, what'd you think about the race there?
I thought it was good. I thought especially Saturday night, I felt like it was a lot more passing Saturday night than the previous nights, but yeah, I mean, it was cool. Me, Randy, and Christy came. She was there 2 nights with me, and we got to stand in the infield and watch from the infield, and that was pretty cool. So definitely a different look on it, from when you're in the infield, but I probably should have watched a little bit from the top of the stands just to get a different perspective, but
Well, I mean, that's a track that's pretty cool to see from the infield, because,
Yeah, I mean, people are running up off the, off the cushion, and I can't believe I thought people would go over that hill, but I guess there must be a pretty good lip up there to keep them up there.
There's a little one. I think it's just that pucker factor. Once they get really close to it, it's like, oh God, let me get back down.
Yeah,
because that's a big old drop off on the other side of it. Which then Pitts got busy Saturday night too.
Who?
I said the Pitts got busy Saturday night. If you were watching from in there,
yeah, we were. It was cool. I mean, and like I said, Randy was awesome, and we got to hang out with all the SRI guys, and that was pretty cool, getting to interview them and talk to them and just joke around with them and drink with them after the races, and it was definitely cool.
Cool deal. Well, being around SRI guys for that long, what'd you think about the SRI folks?
Oh, I thought they were all awesome. They're all so nice and just pleasant to work with, and they were all cool with taking pictures, and I was even I told Fergie, I said he was working on the car the one night. I'm trying to think, it was Friday. No, it had to be Thursday night. Me and Randy were in the pits, with our drink, and he was working on some stuff. And I told him, I said, hey, if you need somebody to help you, I'll help you wrench on it. But he was like, I'm good. I'm like, all right. I'm just letting you know I know what I'm doing.
There you go. Fergie's a good dude. He's a buddy of ours, and he's really a good dude. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he was cool.
Cool deal. Well, that's awesome that you got to go up there and hang out with him. What's plans for next race?
Next race. Well, I mean, this weekend I'll be at Bridgeport, but the next late model race, I'm not. Well, I guess the World of Outlaws are coming up here in August. I think it's August 19th. They'll be at Orange County, and then they'll go to Williams Grove on the 20th. So I'm definitely gonna shoot for those two, and
there you go.
I know I'll be thinking about going to World 100 in September.
Cool.
And in Eldora, because I've never been there yet. And Randy was trying to get me to go to Eldora a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't get off work for that. But I'm the one that told him to come to Learningville. And but I'll definitely go into Charlotte this year, so that'll definitely be a good time.
Cool deal. We'll be at Charlotte, I know for sure.
All right, cool.
Randy said you just bought you a camper.
Oh, I did. I bought a camper, I guess a week ago. Now, I guess 2 weeks ago now, it feels like. I just bought one. I always borrowed one from my friends, and I just got, it's so hard to borrow them sometimes. People are using them or whatever. And it gets expensive staying at all the hotels sometimes, and, might as well. I like camping out, and I like hanging out at the end of the night, and I don't want to have to drive back to a hotel after drinking. So
there you go.
So it was good to have the campsite, and, we hung up there a lot too, between cooking and drinking, and then we'd come back down. We took breaks in between, in between all the races up there.
There you go. So, how big a camper did you get?
I have a 28-footer toy hauler.
Sweet. Yeah. That's good stuff. That's
pretty cool. Towed it all up there by myself. Got it, usually travel by myself for the most part. My friend Christy met me up there, and I mean, I've towed race cars before and stuff like that, so it's not any different for the most part, except for going further.
So what you're saying is you are dedicated.
I'm dedicated. I'm definitely dedicated. Hopefully, my dad's been working on Bridgeport. Just actually changed to a 3/8 mile about a year ago, and so now my dad, we're trying to get good there because, it's so different. He's only raced a handful of times this year. So this weekend, we actually have a $4,000 to win crate race up here. So hopefully, I'm the only crew guy. So, yeah, I've done everything. I've helped build bodies. I've spotted, pretty much done everything you can do on a race car, except build the motor myself.
There's a lot of people that hadn't done that, so you're not alone there. Tell us about your dad. Tell us about your dad's setup. What kind of cars you got and stuff?
We got a Teal Pro car.
Okay.
Just basic stuff, basic setup. We got Bilstein shocks on the car, and hopefully we get some more SRI stuff on the car this year.
There you go.
now that I met Randy and I know the company now, that would be cool. But my dad's been racing for a long time. He quit for a long time, raised kids and stuff like that. And so he's kind of getting back into it and figuring it out. So he did pretty good this weekend, but the motor overheated. So, we'll go in the garage and try to figure that out and hopefully do good this weekend.
Well, good deal. Well, Melissa, this has been fun, and we'll probably for sure have you back on here and talking some more about some races you're heading out to, and maybe you can be our eyes on the ground at all them tracks we can't get to.
Sounds good.
There you go.
It's a pleasure.
Well, we sure appreciate it, and we can't wait to talk to you again, hang out some more.
All right, sounds good. I can't wait to meet you.
You too, Melissa. Well, you have a good one.
You too, thanks.
Cool deal to have Melissa Scarpati come on here, hang out with us. Cool to get some different perspectives from the track and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's cool. Cool to see her around the track, and cool to have a new late model fan.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And like you say, maybe up there where we can't get to, she can help us out, and
yeah, we might have to talk to her about that.
We shoot her some stickers. She can walk around and put stickers on cars for us.
Yeah, they're probably more accepting to her anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, good deal. Well, speaking of Learningville, where she was this past weekend, the Firecracker 100 happened up there. 3-day show. It was that was a pretty cool event to watch.
Yeah, well, first off, I love that track. I mean, it's very unique, and it's on iRacing, so we get to luckily we get to get on there and kind of get our feel of it anyway, and that's a pretty tough track, man. Kind of like we were talking about earlier. That's a fine line on top of that racetrack. I mean, there's no wall, so the cushion is the only thing for sure holding you there. And it's not much of one, but there's a few of them go off of it. But surprisingly, they put on a good show.
They did. They always do. I even on iRacing, I like that track myself. I don't know why. I like to put it up on the edge and see how fast you can go around there. And it's really cool because it looks like I don't know. Watching the race, it's like they all of a sudden slide up. You see them sliding up. It's like, oh, they're going over, and all of a sudden they get right to the edge and just look like a rocket ship coming off the top.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely do. And the one thing on iRacing that I can't never get to work is the bottom, hardly. Never can do that. But we talked about it. We watched the race on Saturday night, and we kind of saw Brandon Overton just pretty much staying focused on the bottom and making that work. And I think they set up for that and figuring like it did that the kind of slick off up top and hard to pass, for sure up there when the lines, everybody's running top. It's hard to pass if you set up for the top. So they kind of made that decision, looked like, and planned to run the bottom, and it sure paid off for them.
Yeah, I thought that was going to end up being it because that track normally, especially on a 100-lap event there, the cushion goes away, kind of just blows off the top of the track, as it would with no wall around it. You would think once that track slicks off, bottom's just going to be the quicker way around. So,
yeah,
that Wells Longhorn has figured it out. Everywhere, not just there, everywhere.
That's they have sure got their game stepped up right now, man, for sure. And everybody's chasing that 76, and they're just so cool about how they go about it too, man. They just so laid back, and
they never look like they're in a rush to do anything at the track.
They're just chilling, having a good time, and Brandon's always just as calm as ever, and just regular old dude. So, it was pretty cool to see that. And, as soon as that waved the green flag there to start that race, Brandon dropped back a little bit, and we both looked at each other and said, yep, he's set up for the long run. And I guess about 30 or so laps into it, he started coming on up there. And he pretty much led the way from there. But But it was a good race, and it was. I mean, they were spread out and moving around, and you could pass. So that was really cool to see. But it really did look like, and I don't know if it's a gear difference or what it is. I know on iRacing, if you run a fixed setup, whatever, you really can't dig off the bottom.
Right.
But you can go change the gear, and you're really strong up off the bottom.
Right.
So I don't know if people were set up to run the bottom or set up to run the top, as far as gear wise. I don't know.
That's a pretty wide track, so I would assume you kind of have to. You gotta pick going in that race.
Right.
Are you gonna run the top or are you gonna run the bottom? And
yeah, because like Spencer Hughes, I think we saw him a few times, and he was very fast on the top, and he'd go down to the bottom, try to clear somebody, and he just could get no drive coming off. And I don't know if I'm assuming that's what it was. I don't know, but yeah, you pretty much had to be set up for one or the other, and Brandon picked the right one.
Yeah, and I imagine there was a lot more people who set up the same way. It just that daggone 76 car is hitting on all 8 plus somebody else's 8 and somebody else's 8.
Yeah, no
right
doubt.
now.
Yeah,
and,
they are.
They can't do much wrong at all. Brandon Shepard, won the Thursday night portion of it, and I think Overton was somewhere up there, still close. And I really thought that might mean, somebody going to, jump up there and give him a run for the money. Scott finished 3rd, I think it was, Thursday night.
Yep.
I was like, man, it's looking good. And I think even Strickler finished okay in it. Ferguson finished pretty good. And then all of a sudden it was like, Thursday was like that. Friday, polar opposite.
I don't understand, I can't figure out Scott's car. I don't know. I don't think it's him.
Well, I do know Saturday he blew a motor in the heat race or hot laps. Blew a motor in hot laps, so that's why they pulled out the backup.
Okay.
That's why they pulled out the backup on Saturday. But still, I mean, maybe I don't know if the motor was going on.
Yeah,
possibly on. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it just I don't know, man. It's
like
it's
one
crazy.
night he's jam up, the next night you can't even tell he's there. I don't know, but I'm hoping they get something figured out with that soon. And Strickler's seeming to be struggling a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, I understand 100%. He is, and he told us this. He told us this at Eldor. We called him walking back to your trailer, and we didn't get an interview with him or nothing. No, we were just talking to him, and he told us, he's like, man, that car is completely different than anything I've ever drove. And he's like, I've got a lot of learning to do on. We got to get all our parts and pieces straight too. And so I guess there's a learning curve there for sure. But he can't say he was, because him and Scott were like tick for tat. I mean, just right there together the whole race.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I really don't. We've talked about it before. And I mean, as far as a Longhorn team overall, I'm just going to use them for instance. There's a lot of Longhorns out there, and there's a lot of engineers behind them and all that. Granted, there is quite a few Bloomquist cars, but you don't really see them partner together. You don't really see them really working together as much. And
Kyle and Scott's part together. They were part together the whole weekend at Eldor, and they were together at Learningville.
Yeah.
So they're feeding off each other, which is good. I'm glad to see that. Typically, Chris don't part with them.
No.
I know he'll run over there and talk with them some, but he don't typically part with them.
Michael McDowell's, I don't know. It's just...
Michael McDowell.
Dale McDowell.
Sometimes he's with them, sometimes not.
It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like they're all...
The dynamic seems a lot different.
In it there together and, kind of feeding off one another.
But at the same time, Brandon Overton don't part with...
I think he could park parking lot.
None of them. I mean, he like at Eldor, he was over there parked beside Ricky, and just not. I don't know. He's just kind of they're doing their own thing. Evolution. Yep. They were parked down the hill with the big block modifieds.
Right. Yeah. Maybe that's maybe that's teaches on. I guess however they work together or apart, whatever's the best for them. But something's off. Seems like with them here lately.
Well, I don't think it's the cars. I don't actually, because all of a sudden they show moments that they're stupid fast. But I don't think it's cars because look at Chris Ferguson. Every week, even at Learningville, he ended up he was inside top 10. I think he was 9th.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so wasn't that bad. Look at what he was doing at Eldora. He was coming. That car was. If he'd had a caution, it might have been a different outcome.
Yeah, definitely.
At a Dream. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can't say that. I mean, whatever. But that car is always it's consistent. Chris is normally very consistent in that car. I mean, whether that be, he's not always perfectly fast, but he's consistent. So yeah, hopefully them Bloomquist Team Zero cars all get it figured out. I think they need to just go talk to Chris. I think they need to go.
Yeah, he's definitely by far the most consistent right now. So, and it's good to see. And we've said it before, but past couple years or so, was following him. He was awesome in qualifying and heat races, and started the main, and then longer races he'd fall off on. But he's definitely stepped up there.
Well, it's like completely opposite now. He did not set fast time at Eldora this year, which was been the first time in a long time. He ain't been one of the fastest out there in hot laps. But then he ran good in his heats. And then as the track slicked off, he got faster and faster.
Yep.
So once he finds that happy medium of being still pretty fast in hot laps and being able to switch over to the slick setup for race time,
he's going to be set.
He's going to be a tough man to beat.
He sure is. Yeah, you pretty much got to be up in that redraw, in the redraw there, because it's so hard to pass. And I mean, it's coming deep in the field. It's tough.
It is, especially at I know Eldora's a big track, Learningville's a big track, but when the groove is one line for a long time, it makes it really hard to make a pass. So yeah, that's. I'm kind of worried.
What you worried
about late models. They're becoming, for that fact, becoming hard to pass. We talk about NASCAR being hard to pass. I don't want to talk about late models being hard to pass at every track.
No, I don't either at all. And I don't know, man. The longer the races, my opinion, definitely the more passing and
right.
So I say run all of them 100 laps.
That sounds good to me.
I like it.
Make them work for it. They're supposed to be the best ones in the world anyway, so make them work for it. Braden Overton still get out and look like he just walked out of the refrigerator grabbing a Coca-Cola or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He is on, I know it's different, but he is on Kyle Larson level to me. Just the way they are about racing. It's not that Overton's racing as much as Kyle Larson is. Just they get out the car and they're just so cool about it. Just cool, calm, collected.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, it really is.
It's insane to see. So Learningville was good. I liked it. I will give it a thumbs up for me. That was a good race.
For sure. For sure. And Everson took 2 again. So I saw he's going to be in Livonia, I think, running the Ultimates.
Is he? He was going to be, was it? What was it? It was going to be at Lakeview. They ended up raining it out, but he was going to be there. This was just a month or so ago. And he don't care.
They just go run. They don't care.
He just ready to race. Might have been Ultimates that were supposed to be there too. I can't remember.
Yeah.
That boy wants to race, but he ain't all about running this tour, that tour.
No, he's about winning money. And I think he's won over $300,000. And
I was fixing to say he got money covered this year.
In what, 3 weeks?
In
just
3 races in a week, he got it covered. But yeah, for sure, he's in 3 weeks. So that's pretty cool to see. what other racing was there? There was.
Oh,
I know they got all the NASCAR stuff.
I know you talked about Sumter. I know they ran. Our
old buddy Michael was over there, and he in the street stocks, and they took it out on the first lap.
He ain't got a good look over there or something.
No, he don't. He's fast over there. Just ain't got good look for nothing.
Yeah.
So, they had a big race at Lakeview. It was not a sanctioned race or anything. Big late model, but they had a lot of donations coming in from. Let me pull it up here really fast because I don't want to get any names wrong or anything. It was the Pop Hand Man on the Moon Team Dina benefit race, and there was a lot of names there. That was there this past weekend, and let's see here. They showed up with 24 late models.
No.
There on Saturday night. Dalton Wilson ended up taking I'm sorry. Final race result. Yeah, that's right. Dalton Wilson ended up. No, I'm wrong. Christian Thomas ended up winning it. Matthew Nance finished second.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, Michael Rouse third. Banjo Duke fourth, and our buddy Willie Milliken rounded out the top 5 over there. So, Dalton Wilson won 602 modifieds. My bad. So, good. They had 24 in that race also. So they had some big crowds.
This large crowd, yeah.
That's really cool to see. And all the donations that come in for great cause over there. I saw Chris Ferguson had Door in there. I mean, there was Door. Brandon Overton off the card. He won with it. Eldor donated it for them to auction off for the Team Dina their deal, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty cool. I mean, there was a lot of them. I mean, there's probably close to 50 doors or so that they were auctioning off. So that was cool to see. But anyway, you know what else is cool, Sterling?
What it is?
It is our buddies at SRI Performance.
As always, man, they always there.
Always there.
Always there.
Always there for you. And as always, guys, as we say every week, they got every part you need for your race car. So that's flat out what it is. They got everything you need for your race car. So you guys, it's been running all year. Even if you're running good, you know you can try to get a little faster. Always want to get faster.
Yeah, no doubt.
Check out SRI Performance for all your speed needs. Also, stock car steel and aluminum. We know, even though you was fast, you've been beating that thing up.
Yeah, we saw a lot of toy race cars on the social media stuff there, and a lot of people needing some new sheet metal. So go check them out, man.
I will say at Learningville this past week, in that crate race that they had alongside the World of Outlaws there.
That was a demolition derby.
Yeah, it was rough. So them guys gonna need some stock car steel to be putting their race cars back together.
Yeah.
And I saw a few people that was in some of them races come out with some bent up shocks and springs and broke springs and stuff. So you know what else they need? They need them some Draco springs.
Yes, sir.
And look them up right there on the SRI Performance website at www.sriperformance.com. While you're there and at checkout, when you get your buggy all filled up, go to checkout, put in promo code CBONE10. That is C as in
chicken.
BONE 10. Get yourself 10% off of your order at time of checkout. Tell them we sent you. SRI Performance is your one-stop shop for all things racing.
There it is. And you never know, man. You might see them at the racetrack because they all the time everywhere.
They had 4 trailers at 4 different dirt tracks this past weekend, not counting the NASCAR race.
It's insane. They're everywhere. I don't know how they do it.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I was like, what you call it song? And they call him the street. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Oh. What about our buddy old Earl Ramey? Earl Ramey Racing Engines.
What's he up to, man?
Well, he's up to making some horsepower is what he's up to.
Yeah. I don't know what else he can do, but he can sure do that. That is for sure.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll give you a good prime example. Young man we had on this show last week, J. Mac McBride, Mr. Jameson McBride. Guess what he did this weekend?
What it is? What it is?
He took home another win.
Dang. I'm telling you, bro. Hey. Some people going to start to realize that for too long. It's going to back his backlog up even further here.
He got plenty of it.
He got enough motors to build now. So, keep on winning. They're going to keep on piling them on top of him, man. But that's awesome to see. And, man, you cannot find a better, I'm not just going to say motor builder, but partner. He's very loyal and he'll definitely take care of you, no matter what's going on. He'll be there to take care of you for sure.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. And I know they talked about this last week a little bit on the show, but I'll give you an example. At the first of the year, they had a Sportsman modified race at Lakeview. And Earl was coming down. Our buddy Derek McGrew was coming down. And Derek McGrew Jr. was driving someone else's car on the Friday night portion of the race. Well, he was going to all weekend and ended up having some issues, and he drove it the Friday night portion. That car does not have an Earl Ramey racing engine in it. Well, it was giving him some trouble. Earl didn't ask question one. He didn't hesitate one time, nothing. Earl jumped over there and started helping him out. Anything he could do to make that motor run.
That is what he does, man. It's insane.
So, I mean, that's service you're not gonna get anywhere else.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, and I know we talked about it before, but even up at Bristol, I mean, he was all over the place helping people. You name it. It didn't matter who. It didn't matter what motor was in them cars. He was helping anybody and everybody.
He loves it. He loves it. I mean, I know he loves it when his guys are doing well. Don't get me wrong, but he loves the sport to do well. So you can't ask for anything better than that. But I can tell you one thing: if you got Earl Ramey racing engine in it, you're probably gonna have a little more advantage.
No doubt, 100% legal.
For sure, been proven many times.
That's right.
Time and time again. So y'all go check our buddy Earl Ramey with Earl Ramey Racing Engines out. Go pick you up some horsepower. Well, I reckon we had some NASCAR action going on this past week.
Yeah, they got a
lot of it from one place.
They definitely got it all done in one weekend, which is probably not a bad thing.
I'm glad they do it all in one weekend for that. I don't try to dislike any track because I'm not one of them track hater people, but Pocono just does not put on a good race, in my opinion.
Not really. I mean, it always, 9 times out of 10 at Pocono, it's all fuel game.
Well, guess what happened yesterday?
Right. And, that's just, I don't care for that, really. I mean, I know, it happens, whatever. I guess that's how it's laid out to happen, but I guess if they're going to have stages, whatever, I like to see that last stage be a fuel run.
I like to see it longer than a fuel run, I think.
Well, I mean, the reason I say that, I like the little sprints. I mean, I think that puts on for good racing there, and I just don't want any worry of, okay, this is going to be a fuel mileage race. We know that's if you take that out of the equation, because there was a lot of good race cars that,
oh yeah,
I mean, if it wasn't for fuel mileage, Kyle Busch probably would not have won that race.
I probably have a very unpopular opinion, but I am about over stages in the Cup Series. I don't mind them in the Truck Series or in the Xfinity Series, but I'm about over them in the Cup Series.
Well, I mean, I agree with that, but I think they need to make cars harder to drive, and then you'll have more cautions, and then you won't have to have stages.
True.
But there's been a bunch of races where the only cautions are the stage ends.
Oh yes,
and that's not any fun. I don't care for that.
And I guess to your point about making cars harder to drive, I think what needs to happen, and do not get me wrong, I don't want to see them go out there and just tear up a bunch of cars, but I want overdriving the car to be an option.
Right.
I guess, because they can overdrive a car now and it's just, overdrove it, I'm slow through that corner. No, used to you overdrive a car, you spun out. When's the last time there been a single car spin with no flat tire involved?
There ain't. That don't happen no more. That's for sure. I mean, the only possibility now is just getting aero loose. Getting
well off somebody else,
getting pulled around. I mean, that's pretty much the only other thing. But just as far as hard to drive, I don't think that's really an option anymore. But I like Pocono, I do. But it just spreads out, and there's just no cautions. It just ain't. There's not a whole lot to it. I mean, the restarts are wild because they go crazy down the front straightaway. But
I wonder though, and I've never been to Pocono, never watched a race live there myself. I wonder if the restarts are wild, or if the camera angle makes it a whole lot more wild looking because of where the camera is, and it just looks like they're 5 wide, even though I've heard drivers say, "Oh, it looks like that," but we're not really 5 wide. That's multiple rows of cars.
Right? Yeah, for sure. But I mean,
it looks wild. I know the ARCA race with Ty Gibbs and I can't remember who it was. He pushed down.
I can't remember either.
Wasn't Corey Haim, was it?
I couldn't tell.
Corey Haim won the race. Anyway, regardless, that got wild because Ty decided to push the boy all the way to the inside wall pretty much for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, but I mean, I know, bad to say, but I know track position means everything, and what you can get on these restarts at pretty much about anywhere now. What you can get on a restart, pretty much out of 2 at any track, you can make up 5 spots on a restart, and it take you a whole fuel run to make that up. And, we've said that before, but so I know that's why they're doing that, I guess. But man, I don't know. It's kind of a broken record, really. Every week is kind of the same, but the first race, Saturday's race, kind of picked up where they left off. The Hendrick cars, strong. And kind of, I don't know, the thing that kind of aggravated me earlier in the week, they were talking about, Gibbs, whoever at Gibbs were complaining, about there's no way, the Hendrick cars can be that dominant or whatever. And last year, I think Denny Hamlin won 9 races, I think. And
whatever it was.
Whatever. So, I don't know. I mean, Hendricks, they just found something right now, I guess. But
and even Kyle said after the race, Kyle Busch said after the race, he said, we might have beat them, but they were still faster than us.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's for sure. And Kyle would have won Saturday, no doubt. Had that tire blowout on him, which is unfortunate, but is what it is. And it, in the same hand, Kyle Larson would not have finished second yesterday.
Right, exactly.
Had not the fuel played in his favor.
This is a little bit off subject, and I'm probably going to get some hate for this. I'm okay with that, whatever, because I'm not just riding on anybody's coat. I'm not sucking up to anybody, I guess. We've had Tyler Mon on here, which is Kyle Larson's spotter. So I like Kyle Larson. I love his ability. Do not get me wrong. There's some different groups going on Facebook and stuff. I've read so many comments, and I mean it'd be like this whole drawn out paragraph looking thing in the past couple of days since he blew out that tire. People going on talking about, well, Kyle Larson really won that race. They know he would have won that race. That's the Goodyear's fault. Blah blah. I mean, just going on and on and on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I'm like, y'all are absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if y'all ever heard the phrase, in order to finish first you must finish.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. I don't care. I've won a race in a go-kart myself. I never led a lap, and I passed a boy coming out of 4. Now, it was just me passing him. He didn't blow up or blow a tire or nothing like that. I passed him. But guess what? I won that race. He didn't win it. I don't care how many laps he led. I won that race.
Right.
And I don't care how fast Kyle Larson was. If he didn't make it to the stripe first, he didn't win that race.
No, that's crazy to me. And they talking about, Alex Bowman shouldn't have celebrated. And all
Bull.
Like, what?
Yes, Alex Bowman should celebrate.
Yeah.
He was if you were in the position to capitalize on something happening to someone else,
right,
celebrate. Because guess what? If he'd have been riding behind him, say it would have been lap 30 instead of the last lap, it wouldn't have been no big deal then. Alex Bowman can celebrate then.
Well,
it's the same thing.
Well, the way I look at it is if the same people that's talking about Goodyear and talking about Alex Bowman, if roles were reversed and Alex Bowman blew a left rear tire or left front tire, whatever, and
they'd have been saying, "Oh, you knew Kyle was faster anyway. He was going to pass him. He was going to pass." Bullcrap.
That's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I like Kyle, but things happen. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, what do you do? But yeah, it's crazy to me.
You do exactly what Kyle said, because Kyle put it best himself. He said, "Well, it come to an end. I really wanted to get that would have been actually his 4th in a row. He had 4 counting the All-Star, but not counting the All-Star. That would have been 4 in a row. He said, I really wanted to get 4, but now I guess we'll just go try to start another streak." That's how you handle that. You don't sit there and whine, and even as a fan, it is not flattering on y'all. I am sorry. It is not flattering on y'all to sit there and whine about, it's Goodyear's fault. Bullcrap is Goodyear. Kyle even said he run over something.
Right. Yeah,
they screwed him out of it. Somebody tried to blame Alex for running him up, racing him too hard.
Right.
I'm like, what was he supposed to do?
Exactly. I mean, it's crazy. I don't get it.
There's a lot of people out there, I really think, and I'm sorry if I offend somebody. There's a whole lot of people out there that do not understand racing.
No,
that word, don't. Racing. No. I hear it on iRacing all the time. You wouldn't let me buy. We're racing.
Right. And I mean, clearly, no doubt about it, clearly, Kyle Larson was much faster than Alex. He got around him and he took off.
Yeah, for sure.
Alex did everything. Alex knew he was faster than him, but Alex did everything he possibly could to keep him behind him, as he should have. Now, if they were running for 25th, no, but I'm sure going to do everything. I'm going to make that car wide as I can.
I just don't understand people. It's crazy.
I don't get it either, but it was a good race. I mean, I'm sure they had a lot of fun back and forth doing that.
But that's the sad part about it is, in my opinion, of what I saw, that was the best part of the race.
Yeah.
The last 5 laps were awesome.
Right. Yep.
And so you could have ran a 10-lap race. It'd have been awesome.
Well, exactly, and that's why I say, I'd like to see a dash for the end. If they're gonna do anything like that, have a whatever 10, 20 lap finish, whatever. But
I agree. But is that somewhat manipulating the outcome to some extent? It could be more easily manipulated anyway.
Oh, it could be. I mean, there's
because
so many
I'm just saying, I don't think in particular these will do it, but I'm just saying, you got the Austin Dillons, you got the Tyler Reddicks, you got the Bubba Wallaces that, all right, if I can no matter how I have to do it, if I can make up 5 spots right here, that'd be great for me.
Right.
And they just go in there and dive bomb everybody and really change the outcome of things. And I don't know.
I don't either. I mean,
there's no perfect way.
There's not. I mean, the best way is to make the cars hard to drive and have a green flag and have a checker flag. Not a green and white checker, none of that. Just race. But I don't know if we'll get back to that or not. But
I doubt.
Yeah. So anyway,
TV's got too used to it.
Yeah, you got to get their commercials in, man. Got to pay the bills. So yeah. But anyway, that was done. Pocono is done for the year.
Thank God. On to Road America.
Yeah, it's gonna be a new one for the Cup boys. Anyway,
for the Cup boys. I think some of these guys that came out of the Xfinity series for the last couple of years probably gonna have a little bit of advantage.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I heard Kyle Busch talking about he went up and run a sports car there this past week and just kind of got the feel of it a little bit. I think he's gonna run the Xfinity race and the Cup race this week, so he needs all the help he can get because I'm sure, however it works out, I'm sure Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson will be right up front there again.
Yep.
As they were at Coda, hadn't been there, and
as they were at Sonoma.
Right. So, I don't think that'll change much. Those their road course package is insane right now, and I think they'll pick up pretty much where they left off. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. It's getting a little tighter. I think Larson's
2 points.
he's
2 points.
He's finally making his way there. He's made up like 150 points though on Denny, but
I'm gonna place my bet on he'll be in the points lead after this weekend.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do for sure. And
now watch something happen lap 2 probably. Like really?
Yeah, but old Denny was he about got him a win. He ain't had one yet this year, but he about did and run out with a lap to go. I think.
Yeah,
I had a few there. So
yeah.
But he's being consistent somehow. And hats off to Bubba Wallace for getting him a top 5 by default.
Lord, I apologize. Did you hear him after the race?
No, I did not.
I heard the interview, and he's talking about this is type of stuff that this team's capable of. I'm finally glad to be able to show what this team is capable of. And I'm like, you got top 5 out of a fuel mileage race that half everybody had to go in the pits.
Yeah.
What happened was you were slow enough that you didn't burn enough fuel.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I know you got to sound good for your sponsors and stuff, but come on, let's be a little more realistic.
Yeah. Well, this is about the 3rd time he's been interviewed all year, so I guess he had to get in there and get it.
I reckon. The new wore off of that one quick.
Oh yeah, as I figured it would, but I hope the best for him. I do. I hope they can figure that thing out. They gotta figure out something. That's for sure.
I don't understand it. I don't understand Gibbs for that matter. So Kyle Busch has been fast pretty much every week. He's been right there with the Hendrick cars. He's the closest thing to him.
Right.
What has happened to Martin Truex? He was up there. He won Darlington. And
he's won 3 races this year.
He won 3 races, but all of a sudden here in the last, month?
Yeah, he's fell off a little bit.
He's fell off. Denny has been consistent, but he hadn't really been in the contention for many wins.
No.
Christopher Bell, where's he at?
Was he there this week?
I don't know.
So they might want to call Eric Jones and apologize.
Exactly.
Because I don't think it was the driver in that car. Why it is, I don't know.
Eric Jones outrunning Bubba Wallace pretty much week in, week out this year.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So why are all those cars not consistently running up front, but Kyle Busch is? I mean, I get certain people drive certain setups better than others. I get that 100%. But as much simulator time as these boys can have and all this stuff, I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't either. And we've talked about it before, and this could be one of the things. Maybe a lot of the engineers are more focused on the next gen car versus trying to better this car for the rest of the remainder.
I would imagine, I would imagine some of the RCRs of the bunch and stuff like that. It's like, all right, we kind of got what we got for this year. Let's don't go spending a stupid crazy amount of money on something we're literally going to throw away.
Right.
So I could see people like them and Roush, obviously, which we're about to get to that. They're putting their heads towards next year.
Yeah, yeah.
New motor, new car.
For sure, yeah.
New transmissions,
everything
new.
Yeah. So, but one thing I want to say that we've kind of talked about before, and I actually heard a comment about it. I listened to some of the post race press conference with Kyle Busch, and Coy Gibbs was in there with him.
Yeah.
And which is Ty Gibbs' father, and he's whatever for Gibbs. I don't know what.
He's basically running the show now.
Right. So anyway, they asked him, about Ty's success already this year, and why is when he runs the car, the Xfinity car, why is there no sponsor on it? And he said that basically, they didn't. They knew he was going to run a few dates in the Xfinity car, and they didn't set up any sponsorship for that because they just figured it'd be just a couple races. Well, he said, seeing now his success, they've put him in it more, and they probably would have moved him up quicker had they known that. But he said they're trying to line up some stuff for next year, so I look for him to be in that full time. But Kyle Busch said something about his hair was he had perfect hair, so he needed to be sponsored by Sports Clips. So, and then Coy said we actually got something set up for that. So I don't know. So you might see Sports Clips on that 54 sometime.
Go figure.
Yeah. So who knows that? But anyway, yeah, we'll see what he can do there. But
all right, well, I'm gonna ask you because we always talk about the musical chairs in NASCAR. If he's moving up to Xfinity that fast, it ain't gonna be long after that they're gonna push him to Cup. Where's he go?
The 2311 team? I don't know.
They're talking about expanding.
Really?
Yeah, talking about already expanding. I'm like, maybe you need to work on what you got first. But,
yeah, I'd say so.
But they are talking about expanding already.
Wow. Well, hey, no telling, man. It's gonna be mixed all up, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see Denny Hamlin there that much longer. I can't. I feel like he's going, I don't know, maybe another year or two, and he's going to retire. I don't know. He's not that old. I mean, I'm not saying he's that old.
No, he's not.
I just feel like, I don't know. There's something about his. He's been in Cup Series for a long time. I just feel like he's going to retire and be a owner, I guess, with Michael Jordan. I don't know. So I could see him moving in there, maybe. If Christopher Bell don't do something quick, he'll be out that ride.
Yeah.
Obviously, that one car, for whatever reason, I don't understand why they can't keep nobody in it.
I can't either. I don't know why that car is so different than the rest of them. I ain't figured that out.
I'd love to know why. If anybody got any insight on that, tell us, please. Please, please, please. But anyway, Roush Fenway news, I guess you say, and I don't know what the new name will be after that. Brad Keselowski pretty much confirmed, well, I don't think he did, but it was confirmed by a bunch of sources that he will be a driver owner for Roush next year.
Maybe They need some rejuvenation over there anyway.
Yeah, to say the least. Who's he take spot of? Does he take Ryan Newman out, or does he jump into 17?
I'd say if I had to guess, my thought would be Newman would be gone, but I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, Busher's young.
Busher's in a contract year. Nothing signed yet.
Yeah.
Newman keeps going 1-year contracts. So he's always in a contract year.
Yeah. Always.
But I think that's his choice, from what I understand. I don't know. Or could they they could bring in a third car. I mean, they could, but I don't think that's going to happen. I personally think Newman's going to be gone. I think he's going to retire. I think he's done after this year. He's run too bad for too long.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
And I think he's done. But do they keep Busher in the 17? That's the other side of it there. I got another thought. I've yet to hear this, but I got another thought about that. I know Cindric, which this is a toss-up because Cindric was supposed to be going to the 21 next year, taking over for Matt DiBenedetto with the Wood brothers. Well, now that Brad Keselowski's leaving, that leaves the 2 open at Penske. So what happens? Is money and marketing already put towards Cindric going to the Wood brothers? Or being in his closely affiliated team with Penske is like, all right, let's change this up. Let's put him in the 2. Tim Cindric works at Penske, so I could see Cindric being a Penske driver more than a Wood brothers.
Right.
Does that leave Matt DiBenedetto in the 21? Or do you see Matt DiBenedetto maybe going over and taking over for Busher? That's that's just my thought.
There's
not really my theory that's going to happen, just my thought that it could happen.
There's definitely going to be some moving for sure. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe everybody just kind of sits where they are other than Keselowski. We know Cindric is coming up. Cindric could just go to that 2, fill in.
Right.
And Ryan Newman's out, and that's it.
Right.
So.
That could be.
It's like, it's always the domino that has to fall for everybody else to.
Exactly. Exactly.
I just want, but I know Matt DiBenedetto, Matt DiBenedetto hasn't really been as vocal about it as much this year. So that kind of leads me to believe he already knows what's going on this year. Because in years past, he's been, I'm just fighting for my life out here. I like Matt. Don't get me wrong. I really like Matt. I like Matt a lot. I ran him down at Darlington just to shake his hand and tell him good race. And I like him. I like him a lot. And but that's how he's always been. I mean, that's because that's the position he's been in. And they kind of put him back in it this year. But all of a sudden this year it's like a completely different outlook.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything about none of that. So
somebody even, because he has his own podcast. And it's pretty good. And somebody wrote a question and asked him about it, and he was like, I'm not really looking at it. Whatever. It's whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's not a big a deal. Like, it wasn't a big a deal. So I'm like, he's got something figured out already.
Yeah, obviously.
And so, yeah, like I said, it's either one way or another, Keselowski was involved in his decision of where he goes, I think.
Right. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, no doubt. For sure.
Or the Benedetto could end up in the 2.
He could. I mean, being that Austin Cindric's his dad's way up in Penske, so
he's way up there.
I can kind of see him being in the house Penske stable.
I do too.
And DiBenedetto staying where he's at, but I don't know. Who knows?
Well,
it's all in money.
In a promotional deal, it's a whole lot easier keep people where they are.
Right.
Because even though Matt DiBenedetto has only been in a 21 car for a year and a half, there's a ton of stuff out there with Matt DiBenedetto's name on it with the 21 on it, and Wood Brothers Racing.
Yeah.
So we know it because we've looked at T-shirts and hats and all that stuff. That stuff is really, really, really expensive to get made.
Oh, yes.
To set art setups and stuff like that, it is stupid expensive to get made. So it's a whole lot cheaper for them teams to keep a driver with the same number, same all that stuff. So I don't know. I kind of feel like you're going that Cindric's going to end up in the 2 and Matt stay in the 21. Is kind of what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But it really kind of depends on what happens over at Roush. Or they could pull up somebody, too. I don't know who else they could pull up, but there's somebody down in Xfinity they could pull up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I hate to say it, but Buescher, in my opinion, has been dealt a horrible hand when it has come to Cup racing from day one. He has not been in a great car.
No.
Ever. And I think he's a good driver. And I think him and his brother both actually were great drivers, but they just got in some bad rides and got stuck. And I could see him just kind of going away. I don't know. I hope not. But I could see him in a back marker car.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, that's the way about it now. You well, like, what's his name?
What car?
John Hunter. Let me check.
John Hunter.
I mean, he went up and run a back marker car in Cup, and wasn't really showing nothing. Never heard of him, and goes back to run jam up truck, and there you go. So, I'd prefer to do that. I mean, if that was me, I definitely would rather go and run competitively in a lower tier than just sit there and run in the back and fight for your life. I know there's more money probably be made that way, but
supposedly, I guess I don't know. I feel like you're gonna get better. I don't know. I've heard people say that. I've heard drivers say that running a back marker car pays more than running a championship Xfinity car. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I do too.
Anyway, also another bit of news came out. I think it was today. Todd Gordon, he was Joey Logano's crew chief. He is now Ryan Blaney's crew chief. He is retiring, stepping down after this year.
Oh.
Which is going to stink for Blaney because it's like he finally gets settled in with somebody.
Right.
And gets moving. And the only reason Todd Gordon got moved to him was because Joey ran great, and all of a sudden Joey wasn't running great. Ryan wasn't running bad, but yeah, it's like, all right, let's shuffle up crew chiefs. So
right.
So now Todd Gordon's gonna be gone, so Blaney's gonna have another crew chief next year.
Yeah, it's hard to get on a good have a good relationship like that when you keep on constantly moving and having to learn each other. That's tough for sure. So hopefully he can get somebody and stick with him, man. I don't know. He's running into some tough luck this year too. So
yeah, he is. What other racing we got?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't either.
I'm sure there was a whole bunch that we missed, but
oh yeah, there always is. And we can't cover it all.
No,
unfortunately.
No, we sure can't. But it was good to see. We bit the bullet and bought the $25 race on Dirt Vision and watched it. So it was good though. It was cool to be able to see that and good coverage there. So
I watched 37 races on Flow Racing for half the price.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to complain about that till I don't know till when, probably forever.
Yeah.
Oh well. Big weekend coming up, July 4th weekend.
Yeah, man. We got some a lot of running around to do. We'll be going down to the beach on Sunday to see the family and hang out with them. So that'd be cool. And you going to the lake, ain't you?
Well, I got a show I got a show on.
You got a
Saturday
show.
night. I got a show.
You got to play some guitars, huh?
I got to play and sing.
That'll be good.
On Saturday night.
Make sure
at the lake.
Make sure you leave your guitar case open up there. Maybe you'll get a little tips here and there.
Yeah, probably like, stop singing.
Never know, bro.
Best tip, stop singing.
Yeah.
But no, I always have fun down there. I typically do it a couple times a year. Down at the lake, go play and sing a little bit down there and play them some music so they can dance a few times a year down there. And then it's going to be a busy weekend because I'm going to go down there Friday, chill out Friday night, chill out Saturday during the day, set up Saturday evening, start playing around 8 o'clock probably. Going to be late. Load up, get some sleep, get up bright and early. Sunday morning, which will be July 4th, head to church. We're going to go to church, then we're going to head down to the beach and set up again.
Yeah, set up again. No guitars, though, this time. I don't think we're going to take no guitars, man.
Well, I'm probably going to have mine because it's
Well, you are. Yeah, you will. I might throw mine in there, too. Why not?
Well, in the trailer. Might as well. We
Yeah.
got to change the tire on the trailer. We all talked about that, but we got to change the tire.
You got to do that for sure.
Might go out there right now.
You're going to have to get it off.
I got to get the Sawzall out there. I don't want to get stabbed by that thing.
Yeah.
That's all it is. A bunch of wires everywhere.
Yeah,
There's like no rubber left.
It is terrible.
But anyway, we want to thank Melissa for coming on here tonight and hanging out with us again. Y'all will probably hear her again here in the future on the show. We want to thank SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, as always, our buddy Randy Keene with Arcade Motorsports Consulting, and all his boys on Team SRI Motorsports there. Also, our buddy Earl Ramey with Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Appreciate everything he does. I messaged him yesterday. Get this, though. I messaged him yesterday, right? Just sent him a text message. I said, what you doing? That's all I said. He's right back. Lake. A couple hours later, lake. I said, cool. Well, have fun. I said, well, give me a call tomorrow or whenever you get a chance. I got some advice. I need some advice / opinion. Okay. I haven't heard back from him yet. But he wrote a message. He wrote a thing on Facebook, posted a thing on Facebook last night. He already took it down. I think some people got mad at him or something. I don't know. He said he had like 104 phone calls and 90-some texts on Sunday. He said, my one day off. He said, everybody wants to be. I'm like, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, he is wide open, so he definitely deserves some break every now and then.
But that's how many drivers he's got and how many of these boys calling. Most of them calling and telling him how good they did.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So that's it's an awesome problem to have, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Earl, so it's good stuff. So Earl Ramey Racing Engines, we appreciate you, buddy, for sure. Forward Bite Apparel, y'all go check out old Coltrane in the Forward Bite ride. Who knows where? They boys go all over the place over there.
They be traveling, man. I'm telling you.
That whole 600 series out there. Cole did some running this past weekend. I think they got rained out, though. They ended up getting rained out. They was doing pretty good and got rained out. So check out Forward Bite. Get all your summer apparel needs at forwardbiteapparel.com. .co, actually. And go check them out. It's y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time of year it is.
It's hot. I know that.
Well, it is. But I told my wife this the other day. I said, "Look, July 4th's coming up. You know what that means, right?" She said, "What?" I said, "I can start listening to Christmas music after that."
Yeah,
I'm over halfway there.
that's right. You can do it.
So I can listen to Christmas. That's the way I feel about it, people. I listen to Christmas music half the year. I love it. I love Christmas music. So anyway, in that frame of mind, you can never buy Christmas presents too early.
No, for sure not.
So for all those race fans in your house, head over to Forward Bite and get some Forward Bite apparel from them guys. Tell them we sent you. They might charge you $1 more just because you listen to this show, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Nah, we appreciate those guys. Also, Checkered, the race hub. Y'all head over to Checkered. Check out the coolest social media out there. Social media platform. It is all racing all the time. You can't get no better. Can't get no better than Checkered. Also, RMAX Solutions.
Yeah, man, don't forget them for sure. You go to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum and go to SRI. You go all over the place and you get all your materials you need, and you got to have something to cut them with. So definitely go check out RMAX Solutions. They got all your fab needs, man. Anything you can think of, welders, plasma cutters. Like we say every week, go check them out. They can get you some brand new machines, come set them up for you, get you some lightly used machines, or they can get you parts for the ones you already got. So go check them out and give them some love.
Faux show. Well, we're going to give all y'all some love. We appreciate it. Just want to throw this out there. If anybody's listening this deep into the episode, who knows? Y'all be on the lookout online this week. Check us out on our social medias. We're going to have probably a pretty big announcement come out about our summer iRacing series. I think all you iRacers out there are going to want to see this and hear about it. Y'all already know we're going to run a summer iRacing series. I can tell y'all this now. It will be starting. First race will be August the 3rd. We already know pretty much. We know the minimum amount of purse we're going to have already. And I think y'all guys are going to like it.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I like it. I probably won't have to worry about winning it, but I like it.
I'm telling you. It was fun what we did last time. Don't get me wrong. Last season, the winter series there. But the summer series is going to be huge. 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 It's going to be a big deal. So y'all be checking us out on the social medias. And we're going to put out probably an announcement about it. I'm going to say it's probably going to come out either later this week, possibly early next week.
Hey, y'all be ready.
So be ready. But anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. It's been fun. Been a blast. I reckon we'll do it again next week.
Later.